My name is Burr. I work at Citi Ventures. I'm a managing director at Citi, and I work as head of what's called Venture Incubation. You know, there's entrepreneurial energy that exists in lots of different pockets in the world. You know, Citi's a global company, so we have entrepreneurs even within Citi all around the world. And being able to take that those innovative ideas, that energy, and bringing it into something real within Citi. It happens with our ability to, you know, invest in our own people, but also to partner with people here in Silicon Valley that have great ideas that can bring wonderful new things into Citi. So there's a lot of partnership. Most people know that when you're an entrepreneur, you can't do it alone. You need partnership, and that's kind of what our model is really based on, is bringing people together, bringing ideas together, bringing energy together, and building great new business models out of that. So I was asked by the Stanford Technology Ventures program to come in and be a coach to some of the students who are working on new ideas. I talked to people from the engineering school, from the business school, from the law school, and it's amazing how widespread the entrepreneurial energy is here at Stanford. And being able to talk to folks who are really at the early stages, kind of at that seed level where they're really coming up with the idea, helping them shape it, helping them think about ways to approach it both from a consumer perspective, from a market perspective, and also thinking about how to think big about the idea. Sometimes people come in with ideas that solve a problem, but when you really brainstorm with them, they're actually going after an opportunity that could be much bigger than sometimes they're thinking about. And that was exciting today too, to be able to have the opportunity to help these guys think bigger than what they were thinking. I think it's always good when you're an entrepreneur. I've also been an entrepreneur. I've started a company. It's the most important part is to get feedback on your idea, to bounce it off of people, and to get different perspectives on it. And so I was just another step in that process. But I think it's good to talk to someone who's experienced it, who knows what it's like to kind of go from just a tiny little spark of an idea and start to build it into something. There's a lot of factors that come into that. You got to think about the financial implications. You got to think about the market. You got to think about partners. You got to think about whether or not there actually is a million other people doing the same idea. Is your idea unique enough? What is the competition, not just today, but what could be the competition in the future? And so all of those things come into the early stages of thinking about an idea, and even just having half an hour, 45 minutes with these folks today, and let's sit down and I want to be here with you to talk about your idea and what you think it is and how you're approaching it and the plan that you have in place. And let's break it down into steps. Let's think about financing. Let's think about how big it can be. Let's think about the kinds of partners that would be interested in working with you. And I feel like that's what I did. And some of the work that I did today was also making connections, helping them know, you know, these are three people that based on your idea that you need to be talking to, that are not here in the Stanford community, but are people in the Silicon Valley community that you need to be talking to. And I did that today as well, made some of those connections. I think what's unique about the Stanford community is just the breadth of interest across the entire campus in entrepreneurial ideas. People really believe that when they have a great idea, that there are the resources here for them to actually go after that idea. And I sat down today with two guys who were partnered, one guy from the business school and a guy from the School of Engineering. And that's a really great partnership. And they're really thinking together. They both bring a different perspective to the table. The background that they had before they came to Stanford was also really different. So yeah, there's a meld there of two people that have different experiences, a different kind of educational process that are coming together on an idea. And that's, I think, unique at the Stanford campus because it's so encouraged. You know, successful businesses come in all shapes and sizes, you know, as you know. But I really do believe that success comes from bringing it to really socializing an idea. I think in the early days of entrepreneurship in the Valley, people kept their ideas. They played them really close to their vest. They did not share them. There are all these, don't want to tell anybody what your idea is. And I think what people have learned is that it's okay to go out and socialize that and get as much feedback as you can. Bring in advisors, bring in people who can help you. Because I said it before, you can't do it alone. You can't do these things alone. And this valley is a rich source of connections, of intelligence, of experience. And if you socialize your idea, if you take it out there, you're going to be able to take better advantage of all of that, that rich community that is available to us. Everybody comes to their idea from different places. Often they're solving a problem that's really personal to them. Sometimes they're solving just a market opportunity that they're seeing that may not actually relate to their own experience. So those ideas come from a whole variety of different places. People bring different experiences to those ideas. So what they might be missing is going to be as individual and as different as the person and their relationship to their own idea and the people around them. I hope that what the Entrepreneurship Week does is to help people think big, and to help people think about the possibility of not just their small idea, but I was talking today about, don't think about your version 1, your version 2, your version 3. What's your version 5? What does your version 6 look like? And to really push the envelope so that you start to build that thinking of what this thing or this idea, how it can impact the world 5-10 years from now. And then sort of scale back from that and find out what you can do today to start to go in that direction. So sometimes solving what's the solution to a small problem actually leads to something really, really big. If you think about companies like Facebook or PayPal, they started with a really basic premise. And that premise, moved on into something really, really big. And it was in large part because the founders weren't afraid to think really big.